Welcome to Science A+ Global.
Extrinsic motivation and study strategies: 6 tips for good grades in GCSEs. There are many reasons why students choose not to work on schoolwork for their classes. One of the things you might hear from your students is that they hate school, and that they have no motivation. But what if there was another way for them to feel like they were being successful in that class besides grades? What is the difference between extrinsic motivation and intrinsic motivation? Intrinsic motivation and extrinsic motivation are two important concepts that help explain how people drive their behavior. Intrinsic motivation is when you're doing something because you find it enjoyable or satisfying. For example, you might be intrinsically motivated to read a book because you like learning new things. Extrinsic motivation is when you're doing something in order to receive some sort of reward or avoid some sort of punishment. For example, you might be extrinsically motivated to clean up your room so your mom doesn't yell at you if you leave it messy any longer. Both intrinsic and extrinsic motivation have their advantages in different situations. Extrinsic motivation is often more apparent as a motivating factor for kids and young adults, as it often takes an extrinsic reward, such as good grades, to show someone that their goals of passing the exam or doing well in classes is worth the hard work. Extrinsic motivation often requires someone else to supervise the actions and to reward. Intrinsic motivation, on the other hand, could be more fruitful in the long-term run because it is independent of the external world. It is more focused on the self rather than the outer world. You may often wonder how to be motivated to study for GCSE. Let's see some strategies to pump up your GCSE study challenge. Number 1. Plan your year. Plan your room. Plan your friends. You've probably heard it before, but planning your year will let you know what you need to do each week and each day. It is important to have an organized time in your room where you study and improve your work without distraction. Also, having friends that support their studying will help them have a better year too. Having a neat schedule can help you make the most of the day while balancing work and play. Remember to add some study breaks between study sessions. Make your study schedule more interesting with different study approached every day. You do your best work when you are in a focused and calm mindset. Organizing and cleaning your room is a great way to relax and distress. It will also help you to avoid distractions and stay focused on what really matters, your work. Having friends that support your academic journey is another way to make sure you stay motivated. Courage and appreciation from the good friends can also be a good extrinsic motivation. Number 2. Study with smart techniques and effective routines. A good timetable that is practical will help you to study more effectively. It will save time when wanting to learn and ensure that you have more free time to do what you want to. Number 3. Better attention in classroom and identify your learning style. Earning good grades in GCSEs is hard enough for most students. Attention is one of the keys to achieving good grades in GCSEs, or any course. Attention can be defined as the mental process of selectively concentrating on one aspect of the environment while ignoring other things. Visual learners prefer to learn from movies and pictures. Visual learners can learn by seeing charts, graphs, and having visuals in every lesson. Auditory learners, who may have a difficult time reading material, are best served by an instructor who can present information to them in a clear, direct, and interesting way. This type of learner will likely remember much more information if they hear it as opposed to reading it. It is also helpful for an auditory learner to listen to others' conversations about the subject being learned. Number 4. Practice, revise, and collaborate. This is a simple formula for success, a mixture of extrinsic motivation and study strategies that have led to some of the best GCSE results around. Whether you are sitting your GCSEs or levels now or next year, it is important to make sure you work on the right things, at the right time, and with the right people. Make sure you fully revise the topics that are on your syllabus and make it easier on yourself by adding some guidance on revision. Revising should not be boring. Make revising more effective and enjoyable by starting with quizzes or trying to solve difficult problems. Number 5. Use your phone and use your brain. How smartphones help studies. Record lectures to revise later. Take photographs of diagrams, notes. Follow a timetable. Set reminders to study. Share notes easily. Access online dictionaries, encyclopedias. How smartphones harm your studies. Causes distraction. Wastes time on social media. chats during classroom sessions, poor focusing in classroom. Well, at the end I would like to say smartphones per se are neither helpful nor harmful. It is all decided by how you manage your time, pay your attention, focus and concentrate on your goals. Number 6. Follow variety. Adapt for every subject. It is important that you do different methods of learning. This helps you to use every study technique according to what each subject needs. This in turn leads to good grades in GCSEs. Here are some study techniques that you need to try. It's your job to follow every step and see what works for you and which works better for which GCSE subject. Use flashcards. Answer questions from past papers. Discuss with friends. Watch videos lessons that explain theories. Make short notes for yourself. Read out loud, record and teach it to friends. Conclusion. There are plenty of reasons why you might not be achieving your goals, or getting good grades in GCSE study, or why your results may have fallen. It is possible though that the reasons can be as simple as procrastination, lack of information and lack of self-motivation. If you are not yet drawing the motivation to revise, take a look at some of the further resources from our website.
Thank you for watching. Visit www.scienceaplus.com for more science-related content.